Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is the first Stephen King book that I ever read, and surprisingly it was also his very first novel. I didn't know that, but when I was reviewing the book I found out about that. Now funny thing is I bought this book for two reasons. Number one, the bookstore owner was giving me a huge 60% discount. And number two, since I saw the name Stephen King, I thought since it's written by the king himself, how bad could it be? So I got it and I started reading. Now, you might be wondering, was it actually any good? Well, let's find out. So this is basically a book about a girl named Carrie. She is a high school student with superpower. More specifically, telekinesis. Yes, she has the power that we all dreamed of having as a kid. She can move things with her mind. Now, even though she has superpower, she get bullied a lot in school by student and also by teacher. And there is also her mother who is manipulative, controlling, and kind of scary. She is also a religious fanatic. The book doesn't have many characters. We have Carrie, her mother, some students, a school principal, teacher, and some other background characters. I like the way King wrote this story, even though at the beginning I was struggling to get into the book because the story changed perspective. You have got into Carrie's mind and then her mother's mind and then the conversation between the student and teachers. But everything is basically about Carrie. In a nutshell, the world revolves around Carrie. But one of my favorite scenes from this book is the conversation between the lawyer John and the school principal. And since I'm trying this to be spoiler free, so I'll not get into the details here. But I like that sense because, the school principals literally own the lawyer. And since I'm a copywriter, I always like writing like this where there is a strong argument. Now the pacing of the story is tight. Things move naturally. The story cuts sense by sense, perspective to perspective. It's like when you watch a movie and a lot of different things happening in different sense, but everything is moving toward a same direction, and at the end you see that epic cinematic atomic explosion. Because of this, it creates a lot of intrigue and tension, and this is also the reason after page 30 or 40 you will be constantly on edge. So to sum up, this is not a horror book, but it's horrifyingly tragic because all Carrie ever wanted was to be noticed, to be treated like a normal person, to just herself. Probably things could have been much better if her mother was loving and caring instead of that fanatic and horrible person. She basically shaped Carrie into someone very specific, never letting her be herself or never letting her to make her own choice or decision. So should you read this book? Absolutely yes. Even though it's my first Stephen King book that I ever read, I'd give this book a 4 star. I enjoyed the book, but there were some places that was, especially at the beginning where I have a hard time getting into the book. Anyway, it's worth your time. It's also a short book. You're probably able to be finished in a week. So I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.